So I have to slow down some weight pot. I think it's starting to, irritate my lungs, I think. Anyway, so, like, I gotta share a few things with you tonight. Like, this has been a pretty important day, and I am stupid. I'm so sorry. I've been talking with Ella an awful lot, and like recently, and actually for about the last 3 years, I've been holed up in this little room, basically talking with you and Ella, and not much else. And getting thrown in jail and other things, just side issues. And so I'm going off at Ella today. You know what? It looks like I'm not going to spend another Valentine's Day alone. You get this, motherfucker. Like, this is turning me into a chick. Understand? I get mushy about fucking Valentine's Day now. Like I'm not committed to feeling sorry for myself. I really am not. I don't really enjoy the process, although I get very good at it. But you do love me. You really, really do. And I'm sorry I didn't see this before as thoroughly as I see it right now. Let me explain to you kind of what my day was like, right? So I'm minding my own business, going on a bit of a walk and dropping in on some acquaintances and friends and stuff. And I stop in to a place called Tim Hortons. It's a donut shop, kind of like a fast food place. And sometimes they have fairly good soups there. So I went there and ordered sun-dried tomato soup. And sat down at a table, minding my own business. And Ella begins to talk with me and showing me my future. Now, I think I mentioned this to you before, but I could never see my future. I could never see any future for me ever since I was a kid. Like, I look at myself in the mirror, I look into my eyes, I could see a monumental fucking present, but nothing else. Understand? And so, anyway, now I'm seeing my future, our future. And, you and he did this to me. You colluded behind my back. And you worked out the absolute, anyway, so I got to see, some of my later years, and basically because of you, and that fuck Ella, I'm gonna get to be my grandpa for these kids. So I'm sitting in this donut shop, and as these tears start to squirt out my eyes, I'm trying to hide behind my glasses and behind my hands, and nobody's saying anything. I know nobody's, but I'm dripping tears, and I can't even, it's pointless now to try and hide them because they're just falling all over the place. Do you understand? So I sort of gave up trying after a minute or 2, 3 or 4. I left soon after that, but I can never tell when this is going to happen. Understand? Walking down the street, same things happen. Anytime of day or night. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that because you love me, my life is as it should be. this much. Not my parents. Nobody. No woman that I've ever known. No, except you and Ella. Never. Nobody. You know, I've been available for it, but nobody. So, I don't really want to spend another Valentine's Day with you, but if we have to, we will. I love you. And I know you know this. For sure. And I love Ellen too. You know. I'm not just concerned about spoiling me. I guess not, because you beat the fuck out of me as well. Both of you do. I can't think of anybody I'd rather be beaten by. So, you belong to me, and I do belong to you, and this is true. And I love you so much. You have no idea what this does to me. Just none. And you knew then, too, all my life I looked for brilliance and depth. I didn't find too much of that. And now I don't think I'm ever going to be able to find my way clear of it. That's all right. I love that you love me so much. Do you understand? This is the most compelling thing. I don't even want to fantasize. I'm scared to think about you kissing me. You understand? I don't dare run that fantasy line right now. It would just be too. I would kill me if you were to say no to me. You don't want my kids. I can't pretend it's any different, And you have every right to do this, if you want to. I hope you don't. I know you won't. I just do. I know you love me more than I can even imagine. And all I ever did to you was be mean to you. Well, not all. That's how it left it. I was a mean, rotten prick. I tried to get you paid for my crimes. I tried to have you do my time. And so, you still love me. So this is wraps my heart up so badly. I'm humbled by you. Joyously humbled. I take delight in submitting to your majesty, my love. I do. I don't like submitting to cops or jail guards, but I do enjoy submitting to your majesty. Ella's is always rewarding, but not always enjoyable. Even when you're hurting me, I enjoy it. Understand? I'm not sure if that's even healthy or not, but understand? Anyway, so the other thing that happened today was all my life I tried to separate myself from people I don't like. I found it a good self-preservation tactic. And because of you and Ella as well, this you knew, this is how you break a man to pieces. Understand? There's nothing in me left. And I never really wanted that ego anyway, but you understand, I got no, I'm like liquid. Understand? And I really don't do anything else other than serve you and Allah, you know, enjoy you and Allah, you know, and our other wives. Like, I know I got a world to run, and I know exactly how I'm going to do it too. You know, like, I think our blog numbers are like that. You can do a thing called anonymous browsing, and the numbers on this blog are all fucked up. I mean, on one thing they say I've got, you know, 167 hits on one thing, and another area, and the final totals it says I got, you know, 92. I know the authorities in this country are reading this fucking blog. And so I would have to theorize that the authorities in your country would be as well. And I don't think they've got the balls. None of them. None of them to challenge us on anything. They don't dare. They're afraid of being caught up in the whirlwind of their own fraud. Publicly with me. So I don't give a fuck. Understand? It's going to get done. Over. Out. And I think the reason for all this silence is people are trying to, you know, get their battle stations ready. I am never going to own, hold, or point a gun at any living thing as long as I live, nor am I going to endorse anyone else doing so for any reason whatsoever, including my preservation and yours and our kids. That's that. I will use my body to defend you and our children with every ounce of strength I have. And our wives, you know, I'm not going to let anything happen to us, but not yourself. You know, like, you're not going to protect us from the vicissitudes of life, but I can't be a born-again moron forever. But, you know, like we got some pretty good company here. And we got like, this is a magical, majestic thing we're doing, my darling. Like, this has never been done before anywhere in any universe. Yeah, it's you and me, you know, go figure. Oh, shit. So, like, you know, I'm getting, you know, contented, or more contented. I'm still not content with you sitting on my lap and me pinching your bum. But I know that's going to happen soon. And so I don't have that haunting me anymore. Please don't put it back. You understand? Like, that was just an abject horror. I've lived with it for years. You know? So I'm starting to have some confidence in you and Allah and me. And what we're doing, and you know, like, I mean everything I say to you, like, you know, you got to know this. You know, I lied in the garden again, and I haven't been very great since. You know, like, I really don't understand this. Like, you know, like we've got wives all over the place, you know, and more lining up every day. Understand? Like, we got way over our 7 wives now. Understand? Like, I haven't even been nice to people. You understand me? All I've done is speak the fucking truth. I'll tell you something else. Muslim men are pretty good. Like, they really are. They're not the same as North American men. They really aren't. I was boot fucking this guy up and down both sides of him today on Facebook, and at first he started off, you know, why don't you just fuck off and mind your own business, right? And within 2 responses, he capitulated, submitted. And I ripped his testicles right off the fucking frame of his body and shoved them down his throat. I said, like, using every other goddamn thing he can think of. And he's hurting because he's lonely for a woman. It's not just the women that are lonely here. You need to understand this. The men are fucking berserk with loneliness. And half of them are homosexual, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, which ends up, and the other half are too scared of getting hurt to even try. And so the men are dwarfed and minimalized. Like they're shrunken heads. It's like understand? And women have done this to them. It's not themselves. It's just a women's movement. Like this, really, you did get even. How are you enjoying it? Right? So, can we say that it's an unworkable postulate? It's getting even shit. Forgiveness is a good idea. And I'm an extraordinary beneficiary of this largesse, and I like to maintain the presence of this as a clear-cut and concise option for everyone, from pretty much every resentment you have. Everybody that's ever harmed you, you have an opportunity, not a compulsion or a necessity, but an opportunity to forgive them. And I think of all the fucking near misses, just moments I could have chosen differently and had an entirely different course of history. I think of this. If I had bugger fucked that guy in the gas station when he basically invited me to do so, I think I would have had a very, very, very fucking different time in jail than I did. I can't say that for sure, but I wouldn't bet on that not occurring. Understand? So, it was it was just a coin toss. Flip, you're married to this guy. I chose the right thing to do. And I find choosing the right thing to do doesn't make sense. It can appear the stupidest fucking move you can ever possibly make. But every time I do what Alice says, I win. I'm terrorized through the process. I'm thinking he's out of his fucking mind, and I'm getting stupider for listening to him. Right? But when I do, things work. But this means I've got no vision of anything really. I'm king of this fucking world, and I can't fucking see an inch ahead of me without the assistance of Allah and you. So I don't know how somebody this dumb is going to be king, but I think with you and Alice's help, I can pull it off. But I'm terrified to do things like leap to conclusions, inaccurate deductive reasonings. I can spend way too long making my mind about stuff. So I need help with everything, and I don't trust nobody else. So I just got a way to go with me. Understand? I need love, and I need to love. And I probably need it more than any other man alive today. And I'm without it, but only in my body. I got their love everywhere else, and I have it in my body too. Understand? But what I want to tell you is that, this perception of separation that I enjoyed is now gone entirely. And it was your and Ella's dealing with these 7 fucking wives that did it. It just blew my fucking mind right out of my... You understand? But that's hard education, let me tell you. And then you lie to me through the fucking process of it, I could have killed you for that. I'm stopped like a deer in nighttime headaches. for a fucking year practically. Good 10 months of it. Or 7 months, 8 months of it. But I love you so much. God, I've never paid attention to anybody like this. Not even a lot. Like when I was 15 years old, I'm just going through these things. I was 15 years old. Ella wanted to have a bit of a talk with me. So my response to him was, go fuck yourself. I'm not doing it. Whatever it is, I see what you do to these fucking priests and monks and fucking whatever. I'm not having it. Go fuck yourself. I'm out. I don't care what you say. I don't want to talk to you. Years old. So, and by the time I was 30, I had harmed myself enough to the point where I was on my knees to him for help. I had burst my limits, and he's there for me. He has always been there for me. All I gotta do is ask just him. And he never refuses me. Although with you, he has. But not completely just held off. And so the other thing I saw today was, like, Ella and I needed these 3 years alone, basically. I'm not too swift, remember? And I needed to learn some things about my go-forward relationship with him and you. And basically, what my tools are going to be to rule this world with you. And, like, I didn't want to see many of them. Like, this whole idea of marrying umpteen women, like, I'd finally got you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, fuck this. But, I had developed enough listening with him to know that, like, he wasn't gonna let up on this at all. And it wasn't even my choice. It was a here's your choice, choose thing, right? And so, like I was terrified of losing you. You've never known what this was like for me. I gotta now tell this girl the truth. Not even I had that much practice with truth before. Like, the most precious thing in my life, I had to be prepared to lose in order to obey this fucker. You understand? I have a promise from him that he's not going to go to the place. And that I will not for 1,000 years. Anyway, so, like, he pushes me around and, I play with him. I'm getting a little playful with him now, but so, we need to understand that when I call out a fucker, it's kind of like me telling you I hate you. Maybe it's end expressions. But, like I'm a pretty nice guy, too, though. Like I don't want to hurt people. I really don't. Like if I want to hurt people, I got lots of opportunity to do it. And I could even have people's buy-in with it. Like, like Emil, has tempered his posture considerably. He's even kind of getting well-mannered to a certain degree. But if I wanted to harm somebody, I could get him to pick on me again and remove the top of his head from his shoulders. Like, last time I fought him, I had pneumonia. Like, I am 100 times as strong and about 500 times more endurance now than I did then. Like, then it was a big fucking deal for me to walk to the store. I try to I only have to do it every other day. You understand? Like, so, but I don't, and I don't want to. Like, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't even want to fucking hurt George Bush. Understand? Like, he's my fucking kid. All of them. And all the distance, all the presumption of distance that I could ever author is gone thanks to you and Ella. I'm in the middle of it. Understand? And Ella was not kidding. I went after Nate now. And we went after Nate now. We gotta get these fuckers healthy. But you know what? People are listening all over the world. They really are. Like, remember me telling you about my friend Michael, the guy who bore a fence post, a stump? Well, he came over here today, and the Pirate Master was here as well. Right Honorable Lucifer. Anyway, so we're sitting around having a chat. So I thought, fuck it, I don't want this guy's dribbling anymore. So we started talking about meaningful stuff like his family, and so we got around the topic of what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you in life. And so he suddenly became a very interesting person to be with. I just need to give him a different script. Anyway, it was fun being with him for about an hour and a half today, as long as he's ever been here. So, I'm seeing that, most of this, well, about 100% of it's up to me, isn't it, really? I can have things work with pretty much anyone. If you just give me a little bit of attention. Excuse me. I don't even drink beer. Anyway, so I'm just glad. I'm so glad it's you and me. I am so glad it's you and me. I forgive you already for not doing Valentine's with me. I think I don't want to look at your Tuesday schedule anymore. You understand what I'm saying? I know, you've got commitments and a career and a living and everything else. And you've spent all your life building to. You know, I am really getting patience now. I had to work for it before. For fucking decades, I hated it. But now it's starting to feel good. I'm starting to get used to wearing it. And, I never thought I ever would. Never in a million years. I was certain I was going to fail with this. I get so fucking impatient, I go ballistic. The little things, right, a couple of weeks ago, I had to apologize to that guy. I finally found him the other day, right? I straightened it out with him, but I can handle World War III, I can handle big events, but if it pissed me off just for fucking, I got ready to kill people. I had a guy do that in jail. He's blobbered on just to make him hear himself talking. I wasn't very polite to him. Eventually he got it. But I didn't have to raise a hand to him. Some people, you gotta really, really rattle their fucking skulls. But the only person I took my hands to was Emil. The day after Whitney died, he was, he was talking to somebody on the phone. And I just overheard this, and so it wasn't even said to me, but, stupid nigger bitch. I'd wasted her sorry ass. Looks good on her, he said. So, I sat with that for about 24 hours, and then he brought belligerence to a friend that I was entertaining, and the Pirate Master. And so, Alice said, no, take him into the kitchen. Don't do this. Okay, I told him to go fuck himself. seconds. A minute at most. Just nothing. Could hardly keep my arms up to protect my face. Remember, it wasn't even necessary to understand. So, I've got the greatest bodyguard in the world. I know this. And I love him to bits. And I love you. The kingdom coming back. And it's and so, like, I'm not sure I'm done yet, but you understand, like, I'm grateful for this. I hated it the whole time it was going on. I thought both you and he were sick, demented perverts, and I was going to straighten you out someday. But it was all necessary. Like, if I was with you, I would never have had the subtle communication I have with Ellen today. Now, my mind would not have been disciplined enough, so still long enough to hear it. You know, I had too many monkeys running around my head. There's less monkeys running around now, and I'm listening, and I'm loving what I'm hearing. And I'm loving you, and I got really pissed off about this to start with you, because what this means is that I love every one of these fucking wigglers as much as I love you and Ella. This is how it's unveiling. I can see this. It's already there. It's already happened. And like I don't want to send a single one of them down. I don't care what they've done. They haven't done it. None of them have done the fucking shit I've done. Think about it. None of them don't want it. Like Georgie Bush. And he's a clueless idiot with a perverted father. And a bunch of real sick friends. But they're all mentally ill. You know, darling. How can I hurt them? Even Dick Cheney, I like to shove my fist down his fucking throat and grab his balls and rip them out. Understand? So, man. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to be with some of them because I'm afraid I might lose my wits. You know, I don't know where they got the authority, or they presume they had the authority to pull this shit. You know, it's not them anymore, you understand? These are my kids. You don't fuck with my kids. Period. No, I'm alive. And not comfortably, anyway. That's for fucking sure, so. I love you. I love Ella. I love these crazy motherfucking kids and this world. And Slusha, Dayra, Nancy Annie, Sue, Fanny, and Calista. Like all get it. And Jack the Bear brother.